Morning, folks. Haven't been doing a whole lot here lately. It's been really kind of rainy and work's been busy, so we haven't really got very far on anything. But show off my newest pile of junk project I got going. But first off, let me talk about it a little bit. I've been wanting for years to build a teardrop camper to go with this little Jeep here. And I made this trailer here for that, but it's too short. It's only 6 foot long. The bottom is narrow. The top's almost 4 foot wide. The bottom is about 3 foot wide. So that wasn't really going to work. And years ago, I bought this little Harbor Freight trailer for about $150, $125 maybe, from a guy on what they call Swap Shop, which is a free classified ad section on the radio. And I used it for a lot of years for this little snowmobile here, and I haven't been using it lately. When I bought it, it had these little bitty wheelbarrow type tires, and it was way low to the ground. I just bought these bigger tires for it, and that made a world of difference. It's a lot taller than it was. One of the problems with it is that the lights were in a bad spot, clear in the back here, and as you can see, I tore them off and bent them up, snagging them on stuff. This side over here, the light survived, but the license plate is all bent over, and it just was not a very practical trailer. It's really light duty. The tongue is just kind of a channel iron. It's hollow underneath, and it twisted. Look at it here. Not straight anymore. So what my plan is to strip this down, replace the tongue, paint it, and build one of those teardrop trailers out of it. But a friend of mine, Dave Morelli, a few days ago called me up and said that there was a little travel trailer, camp trailer for sale, and they didn't want a whole lot for it. They wanted $1,000, which I thought was fair, but when I come and looked at it, they said it had some water damage, and the damage to it is fairly severe. It's not something I can't fix, I don't think, but it is pretty tore apart. The roof leaked. There's some dry rot in the wall. They've got this wall pretty well stripped down. The back wall and this wall here on this side, they started to replace with some of this paneling stuff, which I don't know. I think I'll have to take all that off again too. Down here, it's tore apart. Like I say, the roof is pretty well tore apart. I noticed over here, oops, on the door frame, it's kind of dark, I don't know if you can see it, the door frame is pretty rotten. It's got to be torn out and replaced. But overall, it's not that bad of a little trailer. We ended up giving the lady $800, and I couldn't build that teardrop for $800, I know. So this is a fixer-upper for sure, but it should be alright. One of them things I don't have time to mess with, and I bought anyway. Then a little over 20 years ago, I built this. This is styled after the old sheep herder's wagon. The trailer part of it, it used to be a horse trailer that was really too small. I couldn't fit a horse in it. It's ponies or burros, it would have been fine. But I cut it off, and I added from here forward, I added 2 feet to the length of it, And even then, it's not a very big utility trailer, but it made a good camper. We've been using it more for storage here last few years. I have to go inside and show you. In here, underneath all this stuff is a mattress and a bunk. This here slides out into a table. You have benches on the sides for seats. These kerosene lanterns I had wired for a 12-volt light bulb, so that was kind of fun. This folds down, and it's got a cook stove plate on it. And you've got more covered space in here. More covered space in here. This is a little propane oven that I bought and we never have even used. I've got a little potbelly stove I made out of a propane bottle, and it heats up really well in here. It's not a very big area. This folds down. Yeah, if I can get the pins out of it. This folds down into kind of like a medicine cabinet type of deal. Another 12-volt kerosene lantern. Made this match striker. It's dark in here. This camera does not pick up light very well. Made this out of leather. And anyway, this has been a fun little camper, but it's heavy. I don't know what makes it so heavy. It shouldn't be. But I had a hard time pulling it. I had a Blazer for a while I was pulling it with, and the Blazer would overheat at times, especially going up a steep hill. But it shouldn't be as heavy as it is, and it is. So I'm kind of afraid that new camper I bought is going to be a lot the same way. But one of them teardrops, they don't weigh very much. I could pull that with the Jeep or anything else I have. So anyway, that's kind of the plan if I ever have time someday. So anyway, that's the kind of the plan and the reason we haven't had any videos here lately. The bear bait. I got busy with the high school rodeo and that kind of thing, and I haven't been up there. I had some bears coming to it, and I'm sure they're not anymore. The bait's gone. There's nothing for them to eat. But I do have some gathered up. I'll keep adding to it, and who knows, maybe one will come in, maybe they won't, and it doesn't really matter. I like hunting them, but I haven't had any time. I also like getting pictures of them on the trail camera, and hopefully there'll be a few of those, and if so, I'll have those on here. But Mom is turning 80 years old this year, and I haven't got out to see her in years. She lives on the Oregon coast, so it's not the closest thing in the world, and I don't like going over there. There's too many people. Here, if there's a traffic jam, it's because somebody's moving cows down the road. But over there, bumper to bumper, and I don't deal with that very well. So anyway, that's what's going on. Until then, I will be chopping weeds and doing things here. Oh boy. See you soon, and thanks for watching.